Well, hey YouTube, PD2 Finger here. I lost the auction. I bid 30 seconds before it ended. I bid almost 3 times what the current bid was at. $67.67 is what I threw down. And a guy came in 2 seconds before the auction ended and outbid me by $1. So that was a Roland Edirol by Roland 10-channel digital mixing board that has a built-in mic, and it pulses white noise and then adjusts automatically EQs for the room, which we play in this weird pavilion. The acoustics are terrible in there, and it just kind of really stuck in my craw. I keep thinking the guy who won it, he's not going to use it outdoors. He's not going to use it on batteries. He's not going to use that feature. He's got it in his room so he can have something with knobs on it to tell people, yo, 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 dog, I'm a producer now. I make dope beats. Everything that the guy does, he does on his phone, but he needs something there with knobs to impress the ladies. So I lost out on that. Anyway, the board we've been using is this plastic Monoprice. It's got a USB interface on it. It's kind of a really minimal mixer. It doesn't have sliders. It's got knobs. It's really more kind of for indoors, I would say. So I found a Behringer 1002B for $47 used, which was one of the mixers that I was looking at before I purchased this Monoprice 12-volt board. The Behringer is a bipolar. It uses a few batteries. You can run it off 9-volt batteries. I'm going to be running it off 9-volt battery packs. I'm going to be adapting that. Probably really simply. Just wire some battery snaps into the unit running out into a box underneath it, which will hold lithium-ion battery packs, and a MP3 unit. So probably going to be updating the amp board to more power so I can just run the 48-volt lithium-ion battery pack without using a step-down transformer, because that's just stepping down the voltage to 24 volts and kind of getting hot, like it's got a big heat sink on it, which tells me it's just wasting that energy. Whatever energy is converted in that stepping down, and there is a heat sink on it. I've never felt it. It's like I would really rather just rather than getting a new amp board that runs off 36 volts and buying another transformer for $15 or $20, spend a little bit extra money for the more powerful amp board, and that will run right off 48 volts, which is my, that would be 4 sealed lead acid batteries, so it's going to be like significant power upgrade. But do I need to use that power? Do I need to turn it up? I got to look at what these speakers are rated for. I think they're all rated ridiculously high, like 400 watts. I know that when you have more power, like for a bass, it's just cleaner. There's no distortion on the bass. It just sounds way better. So the system that we have right now, it does sound good. It sounds ridiculously good. It's just not really ideally portable. It's plastic. And our microphone is acting up. Our microphone is one level is quiet, so I need to replace the mic. They were $13, the mic I was looking at, and they just went up to $19. The price just went up $6 on them. So it's like, but anyway, this stuff's going to be happening. I purchased the Behringer board used from a Guitar Center in Hobart, Indiana, which is an hour and some change. I'm going to have to, it's going to suck. I'm going to have to deal with that tomorrow. Take my wife up to work and then come back here and wait till 11 o'clock for these guys to email me, which is just ridiculous, and then head out there. The whole thing is just ridiculous. Maybe I'll wait since I bought it already, and we'll go, what'd you say, Wednesday?
Maybe.
So, yeah, going to be doing that upgrade I was talking about. That's going to happen. It's just not going to be the Roland Adderall board that has the fancy compressors, and it's a beautiful board. There's a couple of them on eBay for like $250, $285, and then $450. So the idea that I got chumped out on this by $1 and that like that board ideally would have went, its best home would have been here with me. Now, the thing is, it could be a blessing in disguise because that thing was untested. Didn't have a power supply. They said it powers up, so they must have put batteries in it, but I bet you there was something wrong. I bet you there was something wrong with it because it had, one of the knobs was pulled off, and another one of the knobs, the top cap was ripped off of it. So if they're pulling knobs off of it, that's because there's something broke with it. And a digital board like that, is it just a bad jack? Could I have opened it up and just soldered it or replaced the jack? I don't know. But I wouldn't want to be the guy to find out. This Behringer board is, it's cheaper. It's not digital, but it's a big step up from what we're using right now, which this should lead to us maybe using some Outboard Effects Live. I've got this Behringer reverb machine pedal that we've been using here in our little studio, and it sounds really cool. I put this echo on there and then blend that in on the main mix, and I've got a reverb pedal here too, like a little stereo reverb. So this is a good thing. We're upgrading. It's a good thing. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully, my only concern is like storage of this stuff. Like the other one, we had a bowling bag that it fit in. I can always figure out some method of transport for it. So that's what's happening. Happy birthday to me. Thank you for hanging out through all of these videos. I had really hoped to win that auction today. It was on shopgoodwill.com, and I didn't want to talk about it. I don't want to come on if I see something it's a $20, $25 bid, and it's a $400, $500 item. I'm not going to be like, hey, there's this unbelievably great thing, because I know somebody could see it and just go and just to mess with me bid or want it for themselves. Forget the fact that it is battery powered. That's a really cool board, and that's why people are buying it. They're not buying it for the portable aspect. No. I mean, you get like 2 hours of operation before you cash out a bunch of AA batteries on it anyway, which I would have been using probably a sealed lead acid 12-volt battery with 7809 VREG, busting it down to like 1.5 amps. I would have taken a 9-volt power supply with 4 amps and run a current draw test with my multimeter and see what is this thing pulling. And then if I would need to get a special higher rated voltage regulator, because the normal ones that you buy, they are rated at 1.5 amp maximum throughput of current. But they sell them now going all the way up to 2.2 amp. And I do not know where you get those. I'm guessing Mauser, DigiKey. I saw some on eBay and they were like $10 for one or something. Maybe it was two. It was ridiculous for a V-Reg. So we'll figure this out. And you know what? I have the old backup. I have the old system here. So worst comes to worst, if there's a problem, I've got a backup. Anyway, you guys, that's what's going on. Every year, I typically upgrade our rig for making music. This last year, we did a preamp for my wife, and I did a guitar amp for myself. And really, like, it's getting to the point where, unless I can find one of those boards, mixing board, that Edirol 10-channel board, like that would really be sweet. Simply because it has a built-in mic and it EQs itself. You turn it on this mode, it puts these blasts of white noise through the system, and it listens through a built-in mic, and then it automatically adjusts the master EQ to get the best possible sound for that room, what that environment that you're in sounds like. Really a cool feature. Anyway, it wasn't meant to be, right? So, thank you again, and aren't you glad my birthday's over? I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.